Hi everyone, welcome to another Marvel Crisis Protocol painting tutorial. Today we are looking at how to paint Angel. I plan to use a few contrast paints, so I've primed the model with a light grey surface primer from Vallejo. You can see that I've already painted the base. If you would like a step-by-step guide on how I paint my bases, then check out my painting guides for Professor X and Shocker. First of all, base coat all of the red suit areas with Baal Red. You can see that I've already painted some of this already due to some camera issues, but where to paint the red is pretty self-explanatory. Next we want to apply a base coat of grey Seer to the clouds the Angel is standing on. Before we move on to anything else, we're going to do his eyes. Start by applying a white base coat to the inside of each eye. Try to be as neat as possible, but don't worry too much as we are going to refine the eye shape in the next step. Next, use some Abaddon black to apply a black outline around his eyes. It's here that you can scale back the white if needed to give you an eye shape you're happy with. Don't worry about the area you paint being too large, as we will scale this back with the flesh tone next. I would recommend making sure your paint isn't as thick as mine was here, or you may risk creating unwanted texture on his face. Make sure your paint is nicely thinned and be as neat as you can. Once you have applied the black around the eye and Angel is looking like a character out of Disney's Coco, paint a vertical line from the top to the bottom of each eye. Due to the scale of the eyes, this will provide us with easy but effective pupils. With the eyes done, we can now take some Barbarian flesh and base coat the entire face. When you get to the eyes, scale back the black until you are happy with the level of black outline that's left. Use Corax white to base coat all of the white suit areas, including his boots and gloves. For the wings, start with an all-over coat of pure skeleton Horde. Once the skeleton Horde is completely dry, take some Seraphim Sepia and apply an all-over wash to the wings. This is to add some additional contrast to the feathers. Apply a relatively heavy dry brush of Ushabti bone to his wings. Next, apply a slightly lighter dry brush, but this time using Pallid witch flesh. Pay particular attention to the upper edges of the wings where the light would catch. Once the dry brush has been applied, take a regular brush and pick out the tips and edges of various feathers to add a bit of extra detail and interest. Apply a 2:1 mix of Apothecary White and Contrast Medium to all of the white suit areas. Apply a 2:1 mix of Guilliman Flesh and Contrast Medium to shade his face, being careful to avoid the eyes. Apply a shade of Soulblight Grey to all of the cloud areas. In order to darken down the recess areas of the red suit, apply a wash of Nuln Oil. With the Nuln Oil completely dry, we want to tidy up with a relayer of Baal Red, making sure that we keep the Nuln Oil in the deepest recesses. Just like we did just now with the Baal Red, take some Corax White and relayer the white areas of the suit, keeping the Apothecary White in the recesses. To finish off the white parts of the suit, take some pure white and apply a highlight to all of the uppermost edges and details. When it comes to his chest area, my initial intention was to just apply a white edge highlight, but I decided to push things a little further and do more of a layering. If you look very carefully on the model, you can see some very subtly defined musculature, particularly around his pecs, so my aim here was to highlight these details. To highlight the face, take some more Barbarian flesh and use it to pick out all of his defined features, such as the eyebrow areas, cheeks, chin and nose, leaving some of the Guilliman flesh in the recessed areas, particularly around his mouth and eyes. Base coat Angel's hair with Iyanden yellow contrast paint. This will give us that really bright yellowy blonde hair colour. Once the Iyanden yellow is dry, we can add some additional contrast to the hair by applying a wash of Seraphim Sepia. The final step on Angel himself is to apply an extra highlight to really make the red suit pop. Take a 2-to-1 mix of Evil Sunz Scarlet and Baal Red and apply this to all of the raised areas of this suit. Once again, use the defined musculature of the miniature as your guide here. Take some grey Seer and relayer all of the raised areas of the clouds, leaving the Soulblight grey in the deepest recesses. Next, take some Pallid witch flesh and apply a layer to all of the upper raised areas of the clouds, covering a smaller area than you did with the grey Seer. I'm not worrying about blending the two grey tones here, as personally I feel the clear lines between the two colours just adds to the cloud's wispy effect. However, if you would like to do some blending here, then feel free to do so. Finally, apply a highlight of pure white to all of the uppermost areas and edges of the clouds. Last but not least, paint the rim of the model in the colour of your choice. And here is Angel finished and ready for the tabletop. As an X-Men player, I am really pleased to finally get my hands on Angel here in the UK, and I'm excited to try him out on the table. Thank you for watching. I hope you have found this video helpful for painting your own angel. If you did, then please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming Marvel Crisis Protocol content. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to check out my channel, and thanks again for watching.